Okay, Assalamualaikum and good day to all. Alright, so for this product, we call it Inspiribox. For this product, we have the idea of trying to help students, particularly upper secondary school students, for their speaking practice, and especially for students who are weak, the low level students. So because as far as we're concerned is that especially for Form 5 students, they are going to have their SPM speaking test soon. So we have come up with this idea, but from the idea that we got is actually from the module from my school have prepared before. So the problem is that we notice for the module, it has a bit of everything here and there for speaking practice for the students. For example, we have the linkers and expressions. We have all the sort of examples for the dialogue, but we notice that it actually helps more for high level students who are advanced. So they are able to synthesize all this, to use all this, to use all the samples and to improve their speaking practices. But we notice that for weak students, they are unable to use this. I mean, when they read, it should be okay. But when they want to apply it to their speaking practice, it's quite hard for them to actually use the example and to synthesize it or to apply it to the sample questions. So that's why I think that in the Inspiribox that we have done here is actually like expansion of the module that we had before.
Okay.
Alright, so first let's take a look at the box itself first, the feature of the box. If you look at this, we have 3 drawers here. 3 drawers actually contains the sample topics that students going to practice. So for the first drawer, we have environment, technology and science. Second drawer, people, culture and health. And then the third drawer, financial awareness and consumerism. So it depends on the teacher at what kind of theme they want to use it that time. Alright, so the speaking cards are in here. I'll show it later. Alright, so moving on to the second part of it that we call this folder 1, F1. The sentence starter. So in here we have strips of sentences, like for example, I think, in my opinion, right? Okay, so this is F1. And then move on to the second side of the box, the third side. It's F2. So F2, if you look at here, we have 4 pockets here. Alright, so all these 4 pockets actually F2 represent connectors. So because of course, if we see in the example, we have a lot of connectors. So we try not to make the students more confused. So we actually divide the connectors to 4 sections: contrast, sequencing, emphasis, and more connectors that are available. Alright, okay, so we have that. And then the last side of the box, we have pockets for feelings or emotions. Because the box is not that big, so we can actually fit only 2 pockets. So for the first pockets, we put 3 kinds of feelings here: happy, sad and scared. And the last the pocket below is anger or angry and surprise. So for the emotion as well, if you look inside, alright, so we have, it's color coded. So if let's say teacher said to you, if we ask the students to pick one feeling of happy feeling, so it's yellow, so they know they should pick only yellow color strips. Alright, so we have already now we already know all the features from the box. Okay, so let's take a look at the topic card inside the box. Alright, so let's say we pick one, right? Or already pick here one. Okay, so if you can see inside the box are actually a lot of topics here. Okay, so we can actually pick whichever that we want. Alright, so already pick one set of this. Now if you look closely, right? If you notice, the topic cards have four sheets of it. Okay, the first one is actually the format of SPM for speaking cards. For speaking test. It is part 2. Okay, so our focus actually to improve the part 2 section for speaking exam. Alright, so this is actually the format of SPM for part 2. Right, okay, so what we expand here is actually we add another 3 cards to help the student to expand their idea during the speaking practice. Alright, so during the SPM later they only have this, isn't it? Right, okay, so for the practice we expand it to 4 cards. Okay, alright, so the second card, what we have here is some of the ideas, contents that would help them during the speaking. Alright, during the speaking practice. But for this one, we can remind the student it's not compulsory to use all. It's just to help them to expand the ideas and to expand the sentences. And the third card is the instruction. Okay, this is just basic instructions. Of course, from here, teacher can actually change the instruction a bit. Alright, so that's why the sentence from the pockets, the strips from the pockets, they are colored so that it's easier for the teachers to instruct the students, right? From what pocket they can choose the strips. Okay, so this is merely about basically about the instruction for picking up the strips from the pockets that we mentioned just now. Alright, and then the last feature of the cards, we have some sort of template so that they can put, when they pick the strips, they can put it here, the strips. Alright, so two from sentence starter. Okay, and then it says here 2 cohesive devices. Alright, cohesive devices can be from 4 here, but only pick 2 strips. Okay, so maybe 2 category you won't be using. It depends on teacher instructions. And then 2 feelings. Alright, so this one also depends on the teacher as well. Okay, so yeah. Alright, so when picking out sentence strip from the pockets from the box, I think that when we are choosing the topic, then teacher should know, alright, what kind of pockets that is suitable for the students to pick, isn't it? Right, so for this one, for example, the dream vacation. Alright, so maybe teacher can instruct the students when they pick the sentence. Maybe okay, alright, for sentence starter it's only 1 pocket, so there's no issue for that. So we pick 2, right? 2 sentence starter. Okay. Okay, so we put it here. Alright, so another 2 is from cohesive device. Okay, so if it's 2, it depends on the teacher. If teacher feels that it's appropriate for the students to pick from only 1 pocket from this side, then it should be okay. So let's see, if I want to pick 1 from this pocket, more connectors, or 1 from emphasis. So the last one is feelings. And when we talk about dream vacation, alright, so it should be perhaps happy feelings. Okay, if it's both are happy, it should be okay. If you want to mix 1 happy and then 1 surprise, it should be okay as well. It depends on the teacher, because we know the students' progress for the best. So okay, so what happened is that when they are trying to start speaking about talk about dream vacation, using this card is the SPM format, they should understand that when speaking they should answer all these questions, right? But for weak student, the problem is that even with the guide of the question, they are unable to have ideas or content. So that's why the second card comes in to help them. So in this so when you're using this box for this card, it's to help them. So it's not compulsory to use all this, right? But for the for the last card, the template, this one, teacher should reinstate the instruction that you should use all the 6 sentences here that you've picked in your speaking practice in that 1 minute. Or maybe for weak students, we can actually give them more than 1 minute for starter, isn't it, right? Alright, so here we are, that we have the basic way or instruction of tutorial of how to use this box. And for the instruction, it depends on how the teacher wants to use it. If the teacher want to put this for a group of just a pair for them, so another student can actually monitor the friends, and the instruction will be depends on the teacher, depends on the classroom situation. If we have this product for maybe another 5 sets, so it can be like a group activity. All right, and the last one, the special feature for this product is that it depends on the teacher. If let's say the weak students, when they are using this consistently, and if we can see the students are progressing, so actually teacher can decide if let's say they want to train the students for the speaking practice and so on after that. And if there's improvement in students, then teachers can actually decide if let's say the teacher thinks that her students actually good enough or are able to use sentence starter, all right, without help. So teacher can actually ask the students to take it off, because this is Velcro, right? So you can put it on, it's detachable, all right? So if you don't need this, you can put this aside because it's detachable. Or if let's say the students are quite okay with list of feelings, right? So you can actually take it off, all right? Okay, so even with the speaking cards, the 4 sets just now, right? If let's say you think that as time goes on, the students are actually improving, you can actually ask them to not use this, all right? Because maybe for the second or third time, for the 4th time, when they are doing this over and over again, so perhaps that the content or the ideas are actually already, they having the good grasp on it. All right, so I think that's all for the tutorial. Thank you, and please have a look at our questionnaire, and because we really appreciate your comments and suggestions. Thank you.